We have a great panel here today, and all of you, very pleasant day outside, so I think we're in for some good thought, because this topic, the world is changing around us, and education has to change with the times. And it's good to see people from the government also here, and government of Rajasthan, educational institutions of all flavors. So we truly have a true perspective of how education and different points of view from their own angles. The industry is moving to Industry 4.0, and the amount of metamorphosis that the world is going to see is enormous. So 1 million jobs are going to get displaced. 1 million people are going to get displaced, and new jobs are going to come in. And in every way, they say that maybe 600 different new forms of jobs will come in. So how are education going to change to that world? So because no one knows how the jobs are going to be. So I mean, today we're talking about machine learning and AI and things like that from a technology perspective. But how is that going to change the manufacturing scenario? If manufacturing changes, what are mechanical engineers going to be doing? So how do they need? So mechanical engineers may need to be into robotics. So if you take mechanical engineering, similarly, if you take electrical engineering, so how are we going to work in the smart grid environment? And maybe, I mean, they're talking, I think Bill Gates and people like that are talking about a nuclear gas cylinder in your backyard which will power you over the next 20 years. So how is energy going to change? How is energy management going to change? Because we are now talking about electric cars. So how is that going to make things different? Talking about smart mobility. So how is that going to happen? They're talking about Mumbai and Pune being linked with Hyperloop. So what is that going to cost? And if that happens, what's going to be the civil engineering requirement? Because that's going to change in that. So in every form, I did see a few people in the textile engineering. So how is smart textiles going to happen? And what is that going to be for the world? And all this, especially if you look around educational institutions, all educational institutions are now competing in many ways for student mindshare. One is with social media, the other one is with the likes of Coursera, edX, and all open universities, NPTEL, and things like that. So when the world around us is changing so fast, so the students are also fighting for mindshare. So how do we focus on that? And then technology-based education is now becoming more and more prevalent. So how do we adapt technology-based education? And and then especially from a quality assurance perspective. So how do you teach the students of tomorrow with the teachers of yesterday? So how are we going to equip the teachers to move to the future? So these are challenges that we all face. Recruitment is changing. So when we came with HireMee model 2 years ago, and we said that every student should be assessed in their own mobile phone, sitting in the comfort of their house, people said, no, this is going to, unless companies come to campus, it will not succeed. But today, nearly most of the large IT companies have said that they will start recruiting. You can start applying to them anywhere, like TCS or Cognizant. You pass the Cognizant test, they give you admissions. So, employment. So that's how it's changing. So, and today, the world, the student, if they have no soft skill and no, just education, no employability, it's 1 lakh. With employability, it comes to 3 lakhs or so. And with technical skill, it comes to 4 lakhs. If they know programming, it comes to 6 lakhs. But if they know algorithm, it comes to 14 lakhs. So this is what the industry is asking educational institutions to do. So I'm sure with the excellent panel we have, we will make sure that we can bridge the gap between employability and education. And this we are going to be competing now with international universities coming into India, perhaps in the liberalized form. And then how, let's face it, education still needs a lot more liberalization. So with the government person from Rajasthan also here, so maybe I thought I'll start with Dr. Vinod Kumar on how from a government perspective they are thinking and looking at liberalized educational system from Rajasthan perspective. Sir, can you? Thank you.
pleasure. No?